Hi, I'm Adriana Baranek. You're watching the UseWise YouTube channel. I'm CEO of Miadria Group, and here with me again is Mladen Baranek, our CTO.
Hi.
So last time I decided to make 2 videos on my own because my husband and my CTO was so busy. And then he heard about the topic that I recorded, why you should be using Gmail and Outlook web services from the browser and not from heavy client. He wanted to add some things on top of my first video.
So there is a new way to deliver applications, and it is based on modern web browsers where you can actually push new version of application almost instantly to all of your users. And there is also a security issue where you can store data in a local cache, but when you end session, there is no local data storage. Of course, for Gmail or other web clients, you can also configure that data is stored locally so that it is available offline. But for security reasons, you can keep it in the cloud only. Then there is a question of data corruption and managing a number of different repositories of your emails. So if you are using your email from cloud, you always have all emails available. If you are using email from Outlook or other clients installed on your Windows PC, then you have only a copy of emails, but not the current. Not all the emails available for you on all devices. Then
Yeah, please.
then there is a question of mobile clients. So for mobile, it's a different format, and there it makes sense to have a mobile client to access your email. So usually on mobile phones, it's better to use platform native clients than to use web browser clients. But if you have larger screen, then it is much better to use emails from browser.
Yeah, so there are many aspects of that. What Mladen concentrated on was mostly what admins think. When we look at users, it is important to know that there will be some change and there will be some change needed from your part. And can you tell us how users can make their switch easier?
So most of users are consuming email on mobile phones, and as a part of a collaboration suite, where they also have contacts and a calendar and video conferencing application. But most of users are relying on contact management and email access on their mobile devices. So if you are using Windows clients, then you have a problem with Outlook. It is very hard to ensure that contacts and emails are synced, and there can be a lot of misunderstandings of format issues and stuff like that. So it's much better to use a web client and mobile native
and there is
application.
even the big issue that we often see that users use contacts in a way that they are not logged into For instance, with Google, you can very easily transfer contacts from one phone to the other. And many users are still not logging in and still not syncing their contacts with the web version. So they basically just skip off all the benefits that they can get from the cloud and make their lives
Yes,
a bit harder.
and it is
A lot harder.
especially difficult to manage mobile phones, since users usually change them every 2 years, and then there is a question of moving contacts from one phone to the other, and
And
it
when we
is.
talk about mobile phones, in fact, what you were talking about is not entirely correct, because people very often use the phone provided email client, which is very heavy and which is very producer irrelevant, but not in the grand scheme of things relevant. So if
Yes.
you're, for instance, using the Apple Mail client, then you're missing on all the benefits that you could have when you're using the Gmail client.
Yeah, so
Gmail app.
iPhone is also very popular
Yeah.
with business users, but there are a lot of issues with messaging and with contacts if
Yeah.
you are not using Suite. So if you are using
Yeah.
applications that come with iOS.
Yeah. So basically, also avoid the mail clients that are provided by the producer of the mobile phone, and instead opt for using app, or you can even use Gmail or Outlook from web browser on your phone. So there are many layers to this topic, but important thing is that if you are an admin, if you are running the operations, then your users should have a very clear view on how to use applications. And on top of that, should be provided a very clear change management plan so that users do not feel left out.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was it. It was just a small appendix on the topic from the last video. And if you have any other questions, of course,
Yeah,
please.
we are available on Fridays.
Yeah,
So
we have
we
office
have.
hours where we are open to hear your thoughts, to answer some of your questions. Of course, not to provide free consulting services, because we are not non-for-profit organization.
Yeah, we have a lot of inquiries, but somehow there are quite a few of those inquiries that would be kind of pro bono, not really.
Yeah, we are not doing that. We have office hours to provide you with the safe spot where you can reach out to us and get some advice, for instance, on the direction your cloud deployment should be going. If you have any doubts of that kind. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Mladen, for your time. And we will be seeing you very soon. Have a great day in the meantime.
Bye.
Bye.